Now, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video, we are looking at the Monday Night Football Prizepicks slate. It's got one more day before NBA starts, so get ready for that. Have a video out probably later today. Got a free square on Steph Curry, so excited for the NBA season to be back, and we'll have those videos out close to every day. Looking at this Monday Night Football slate, we got the 49ers against the Vikings. Got injuries on both sides with key players. McCaffrey is questionable. Looks like he probably will try to give it a go today. Debo's out. And then for the Vikings, obviously, still missing their best player, Justin Jefferson, missing his second consecutive week. He's on IR, so he's not expected back until at least a couple more weeks. Let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, please share with the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're looking for DraftKings, FanDuel, NBA lineups, you can check out the website. Season starts tomorrow, so time to get in is now. Got 6 picks. Yesterday looked like we were off to a good start. Early ones went 2-0, and then the afternoon ones just crapped the bed. Cup was not expecting that performance, but it is what it is. See what happens today on this showdown slate. First one we are looking at, there's a bunch of receiving yard overs that I'm looking at. Give me Brandon Ayuk over 70.5. So with Deebo Samuel leaving the game early last week, Ayuk played over 96% of snaps. At receiver, he's already playing a ton. And without Samuel, they basically ran Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, and then Ray McLeod in 3 receiver sets. Obviously, Ayuk is the most talented player in that trio, and taking Samuel out is just going to open up the door for more targets, more receptions for Brandon Ayuk. And same thing for George Kittle. So not going to try to overcomplicate things. This is a Vikings defense that is vulnerable against the pass. So you're going to take out a guy in Deebo Samuel who has upside to take short passes, take them a long way, maybe catch some other short intermediate routes, take out his potentially 50-plus yards. A lot of that's going to go to Ayuk. Some of that's going to go to George Kittle. And then Jawan Jennings is a third 49er that I like. Receiving yards over. It's at 29.5. You're going to see him play in almost all 2 receiver sets. He's going to be in there in all 3 receiver sets, except for when he's taking a little bit of a rest. But 30 yards, sign me up for that if he's going to be playing 70-80% of snaps, which is what it definitely looks like. On the Minnesota side, Addison was a little disappointing against the Bears. They didn't throw a ton of yards anyways, but he wasn't targeted as much as he might have thought without Jefferson. He's still going to saw a big uptick in snaps, and I think he's still a good play. But for almost 10 yards less, I might just take KJ Osborne. He's a guy that's a veteran. He knows he's been there with couple years with Kirk Cousins, so he kind of has a little bit more chemistry. I think Addison's definitely going to have ability, and he's going to give you more big play ability, but Osborne might give you some more short routes, medium routes, and get you 41 yards. And then for your second Vikings receiver, if you wanted to pick between Hockenson or Addison, I'll take Hockenson. Now, the 49ers are tough against tight ends, but Hockenson's not your typical tight end. He's not targeted like a typical tight end. He's targeted like a wide receiver. And without Justin Jefferson, he's probably going to be their most talented offensive weapon, and he's probably going to be targeted a ton. And then for last pick, I'm going over 238.5 passing yards for Kirk Cousins. Vikings are going into this game 7-point underdogs. Expect them to be trailing, whereas in the second half, Purdy could be running the ball more with McCaffrey or with their other running backs. And I think Cousins is probably going to be throwing majority of the game, and we know that the Vikings, they already like to throw. They don't have a great running game, and going up against the 49ers, it's going to be tough for Madison and Cam Akers to get really anything going on the ground too, so they might be forced to go to the pass early and often, especially if they're not having success on the ground, which is probably pretty likely. So we got some injuries, makes these look a little bit more kind of likely to hit. See if we can get it done. Those are the 6 props I'm looking at today. 70.5 receiving yards for Brandon Ayuk, 47.5 receiving yards for George Kittle, 29.5 for Jawan Jennings, and then on the Vikings side, over 40.5 for KJ Osborne, 50-plus yards for Hockenson, and at least 239 passing yards for Kirk Cousins. That's what I got. Best of luck if you are tailing, and I will catch you all next time.